The purpose of this series is to explore some of Azeroth's most interesting topics. Today I talk to you from the Lion's Pride Inn, the palace of ale and debauchery. There's a storm outside and I've been forced to seek shelter. For this pilot episode, I found no better way to start than with an introduction to one of Azeroth's most entertaining and iconic characters. My name is Carmelos, and welcome to Mcconnellret 101. Although I did mention my name, I would like to formally introduce myself. My name is Carmelos. I'm an intern at the Explorers League. To begin our study, I would like to first start with the definition. This of course being from Urban Dictionary. As the top voted definition for Mcconnellret, username Frigid described him as: every Batman needs a Robin. McCool is the Robin of Batman. Without him, Asmongold Stream would be dead. He's a favorite of the community, a staple of our auditory diets, and owner of one of the best music clubhouses on Twitch. Mcconnellret is McCool. This definition provides us a glimpse as to who McConnell is. So, without further ado, turn to page 7 and let's start this shindig. In World of Warcraft, every class has had a spiritual forefather, their actions and their deeds becoming guiding lights on how future generations should act. Warriors have inherited a spirit of ferocity and defiance. Do your worst, for I shall do mine. Mages, through intense study, have become wielders of fire, frost, and arcane, their immense power only tempered by their equally immense wisdom. Demon hunters, those who have chosen self-sacrifice in order to bring the fight to them. Druids, rogues, shamans, every class has had a spiritual forefather that has left a legacy of glory. All except one.
What is this? What are you doing, my son?
Succeeding you, father. This kingdom shall fall, and from the ashes shall arise a new order that will shake the very foundations of the world.
Now how would you feel if you were a paladin and you just found out your boy, the prince who was promised, had just killed Uther, killed your king, purged Stratholme, lost a girl, destroyed and effectively lost Lordaeron, wreaked havoc on Silvermoon, was responsible for Sylvanas, became the Lich King, and basically spat on the vows of the Knights of the Silver Hand?
Hey! Listen!
You've got mail.
Okay.
No, God! No, God, please, no! 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 No!
Oh my god. I can't.
You done messed up!
Arthas.
Because of Arthur's actions, paladins found themselves in a precarious situation. No longer were they the holier-than-thou class, pun intended. There was a stain in their record, and a big one of that. So the solution came in becoming even more committed to their vows, and devoting all efforts into bringing their fallen forefather to justice. Naturally, WoW found itself with a proper amount of all Azerothine Golden Boys, all Azerothine being a play on words on All-American. But unbeknownst to the majority of the Order, a new kind of paladin had formed, and one which our protagonist became a paragon of.
Three, two, one, go!
Twitch Prime, Twitch Prime, Twitch Prime, Twitch Prime, Twitch Prime.
Thoughts on the Super Bowl? Yeah, I got some thoughts on the Super Bowl. I don't really care about that much. What? I'll roleplay, but I don't want to lose, okay? I'm the co-GM, I'm important. I just want to say that, YouTube comments don't mean anything, and I'm not going to change the way I act.
It's a good time to be a WoW player right now.
Blizzard paid you to say that.
In order to understand the new Paladin, we must compare and contrast the old and the new. For the old order, we have the Knights of the Silver Hand, championed by Turallion. For the new order, we have what we'll call the Knights of the Silver Finger, championed by Mcconnell. Now, let's go down a list of possible scenarios and see how each order would tackle them. Andrin has been nervous the whole day. He has to give a speech to inspire the troops. As he is giving said speech, he suddenly stops midway, and you hear an audible coming from him. He goes quiet. Everyone goes quiet. What do you do? Turallion?
Respectfully remain quiet. He is my king, after all.
Mcconnell. Arthas has just confided in you that he wishes to purge Stratholme because of the contaminated grain. What do you do? Turallion?
My prince, maybe another course would be better.
Mcconnell.
This is one of your biggest mistakes ever. Period.
Teldrassil has just been burned down by the Horde. An emergency meeting is called to discuss war strategy. During said meeting, you feel a sudden movement in your abdomen. What do you do? Turallion?
Stay and control myself. The war is pressing. It needs our absolute attention.
Mcconnell.
What?
I gotta go take a dump.
Okay. How long are you
Marking
gonna...
out. I'll be like 45 minutes, probably an hour. Boosh!
You're a young paladin who has just gotten married to the love of your life. You bought a house in Elwyn Forest and started growing crops. Life is good. However, after you get home late at night, your wife tells you someone dropped off a diaper gnome and she took him in. What do you do? Turallion?
Take the Divanome in and raise him as my son.
Mcconnell.
Why would you do that? Why would you do that?
Final scenario. You're a young orc in Draenor. Daily life is filled with rugged adventure. One day, a fellow orc by the name of Gul'dan approaches you, asking you to drink what he calls
The blood of Mannoroth.
At first, you're wary of drinking it, but he insists it's only green juice. What do you do? Orc-Rallion?
Sog, I'll never drink your juice, Gul'dan.
Mcconnell Orc?
Yeah, I bought some.
What?
Yeah, I drank it right away.
Based on the compare and contrast, you get an idea about the new paladin. But what about the man? What do we know about him? Well, the next chapter will actually deal with just that. Who, or maybe what, is Mcconnell? Hey guys, so you made it to chapter 3. Chapter 3 is going to be devoted to theory crafting. More specifically, who or maybe what is McConnell? Before I go into my theories though, I would like to say that McConnell has stated that he wishes to remain anonymous in terms of his appearance. And we must respect this. Thus, all of these theories are fictitious. They're just a fun and interesting way of experiencing the stream. So one more time, always respect the streamer's privacy. Now, on to my theories. After a lengthy amount of time, I've developed 3 solid theories of who Mcconnellret could be. Theory number 1, method actor. I've been thinking about this one. A lot of times McConnell will say that he hates when people suggest it all being an act, but what if McConnell is actually a method actor that is so devoted to his craft that he just can't disengage from it? It's impossible for him to get out of his role. And more so, what if McConnell is actually a refined gentleman who in preparation for an up-and-coming film decides to fully immerse himself into the gamer role? A real-world Kirk Lazarus, if you will. He is a dude playing another dude playing another dude. Theory number 2. For this one, I thought about the relationship between Asmongold and McConnell. What if McConnell is actually Asmongold's imaginary friend? Allow me to read a definition. Imaginary friends are a psychological and social phenomenon where a friendship or other interpersonal relationship takes place in the imagination rather than the external physical reality. Think about it. When it comes to McConnell, we only hear a voice, but there's no body, there's no physical being. But then you're wondering, Carmelos, how is it that we can hear McConnell's voice when he is in fact Asmongold's imaginary friend? The answer could be that Asmongold is like the fictitious SCP Foundation psychic, and he just adds us to the collective consciousness of it all, and thus we witness the event. An example of this would be Ferris Bueller's Day Off. There's a theory that says that Ferris is actually a product of Cameron's own imagination. Theory number 3. After doing all this research and tying all these knots, I kept seeing patterns. Everything kept going back to the class forefather. Everything kept going back to Arthas. And then it hit me. What if McConnell is actually Arthas? Hear me out. So, after we kill Arthas at the end of Wrath, Tyrannus comes in, swoops in, takes Arthas away in spirit form. No king rules forever, my son. And it's all peaches and daisies. Everything's perfect. But did he pay for his crimes? Did he pay for the crimes against humanity that he committed? I guess we'll find out in Shadowlands, but what if we're witnessing it right now? What if Arthas was forced to re-roll as a Ret Paladin? And you guys know how Ret's doing right now. But what if he was forced to live in the modern day World of Warcraft world, where there's RNG, where there's Moonguard, where there's item levels, where there's cash shop items, where there's Fury Warriors dogging on you as a Ret Paladin, where there's everything, you know? What if that was the payment Arthas had to give because of his crimes? And what if McConnell is actually Arthas incarnate? And that, my friends, is theory number 3. Hey guys, it's me, Carmelos. Once again, it's so nice to meet you. Thank you so much for giving me a little bit of your time, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. I also want to give a special thanks to McConnell. The guy's just funny and entertaining. Every time he's in Asmongold stream, it just adds so much humor how he contradicts everything Asmon says. So go check him out at his stream. I also want to ask you, what is your favorite McConnell moment? Let me know down below, and if you'd like to watch more of my videos, make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye!